So here we are. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kenzie Retro here, and welcome to this special social get-together race combining both divisions for the European Racing League. The Master of Ceremonies this evening, Kenzie Retro, and I will be commentating on the action. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here, because we have both of our division champions. Dangerous Dodo in Division 2 and Dr. Vader in Division 1. Both champions of their respective divisions. Going to be exciting stuff to see everyone in action. So there's Dr. Vader there. All cars are equal. So this will be just down to the skill on the drivers. Yellow flags in sectors 2 and 3 already. No doubt for somebody going wide. And oh! Vader struggling to get used to the car. Looks like he's going to be going for another warm-up lap. And he goes wide on turn 1. Or turn 2 even. My mistake. What was about that? We've got Rosro from Division 1. On the medium tyres, the 3 tyre compounds, we have the super softs, the softs, and the mediums. And oh, looks like we've already had an an incident. There's one of the Renaults. No idea what happened there, but nevertheless, here's Division 2 champion, Dangerous Dodo. Won the title at the US Grand Prix. He doesn't have any plans on moving to Division 1, as he will be at college next season. We've got Hyde, fastest, the 1:17.6. This is one of 2 DRS zones. One down the main straight. And one towards that tight hairpin. And Dangerous Dodo going third with a 1:17.868. Key mirror. Currently fastest in the Renault, 1:17.5. We've got Abdullah and Hunter still in the pits. Dangerous Dodo coming into the pits now. And here's Dopex. Dopex in the Haas, he managed to get 7th in the championship in Division 2. See, Kevar and Milan. They're going to be a tough combo. Always Milan, sadly, not able to make it this weekend for this race. But Kevar managed to get 2nd place in the championship with his teammate Always Milan, and both drivers managing to secure Sauber the Constructors' Championship in the process. We've got about half the field yet to set a time. And oh dear, that's unfortunate for Marvin. Marvin's out of fuel. Now he's going to have to limp all the way back to the pit, while his teammate Kevar really going for it here. 1:18.1 at the moment. Currently 4th. About 10 minutes to go in the session. Yellow flags in sectors 1 and 2. Kevar now down to 5th. Thanks to TTV and McLaren up into 4th, but Kevar storms into pole position for now. 1:17.1, 3/10 quicker than Key Mirror. Very exciting to see how these guys do when there's nothing really on the line apart from a little bit of post-season bragging rights. We've got Abdullah, Krizko, Vigo and Betflu all yet to set a time. And Dangerous Dodo, first man to break into the 116 today, 116.876. 3/10 quicker than Kevar. And oh! And that was TTV in the McLaren. He lost it. Lost it out of the corner and spun and just hit the wall. Thankfully okay. And interestingly, no major damage. And I think it's safe to say they aren't going to be happy with that time. Dangerous Dodo, almost out of fuel. About a third of the session to go. And oh, dearie me. That was Crisco. That was Crisco in the wall. Again, Crisco thankfully okay. Mr. Van den Elzen. Toro Rosso. We've got Log X Death. It's one of the more interesting names. Get back with Rothrow. Staying out on the mediums. Because there's only one part of qualifying, the time that you set, the fastest time you set, the tyres you set your fastest lap on will be the tyres you start on. This determines the grid order as well. Abdullah still with technical issues. There's about 4 minutes to go. Vigil. Manchester goes 13th, a 1:19.4. We've got Betflu as well in the Williams. Been having a look at the list, and it's just the one Force India we have. And Abdullah still in the pits. There's about 3.5 minutes to go. It's concerning that they might not even make it out onto the track. Ooh, almost a spin there from Betflew. Dr. Vader improves, but not drastically, to 131. Betflew 16th, 121.2. And Dr. Vader, oh my goodness me, Dr. Vader is out of the session. And Mar 7 goes fastest with a 1:16.7. Dr. Vader, unless Abdullah can somehow set a lap time, they're not going to set a lap time. Dr. Vader's going to start 18th. Incredible. And Chimera, oh, we could be on the verge of an all Renault front row here. 1:16.6. But Dangerous Dodo, and Dopex is out, wow. As is Betflew. Drivers dropping left and right, oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. And Chimera's out. Everyone dropping like flies. Now, whether it's legitimately retiring from the session or just deciding they've had enough and done all they can remains to be seen. There's still a few people out on their lap. One of them being this man here, Dangerous Dodo. Marvin's out of the session now. And Dangerous Dodo doesn't improve. Wow. And M7 has had enough as well. Again, everyone dropping like flies. And TTV goes 6th. Logx Death. Men can improve, and they go, I believe, into the top 10. Indeed they do. So we'll go through the grid order in just a couple of moments' time. Abdullah, the only driver on the grid not able to set a lap time. That's interesting. But nevertheless, here we go. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes time interval before we get into the race itself. And while that's happening, I will go through the grid alongside a couple of other things. And oh, TTV readying up a little bit too early there. Someone's a bit too eager. Logx Death as well. Yeah, I think they're a bit too eager to get started. But actually looks like everyone else is readying up. No 3-minute interval, interestingly. As we go into the formation lap. There's 17 regions in this country. Barcelona FC, one of the most successful clubs in the world. And Spanish is the second most spoken language in the world. As far as the track is concerned, the 1993 race saw Senna, Prost, and Michael Schumacher on the podium, and by the end of their careers, they would have 14 world titles between them. And since 1991, only 11 drivers have finished on the podium from lower than 5th on the grid. The circuit also hosts a round of the MotoGP as well. Got 16 corners, 2.8 miles, 2 DRS zones. One of them we just went past between turns 9 and 10, and of course down the main straight. The action zones to look out for down the main straight into turn 1. Of course, 1991, Nigel Mansell and Ayrton Senna, and then of course 2016 and 2018, both scenes of accidents at the start. 2016, the accident between the Mercedes drivers of Hamilton and Rosberg. And 2018 with that huge smokescreen crash at the start as well. 3 tyre compounds, the super softs, the softs, and the mediums. Got a mixture of all 3 compounds. Got a mixture of all 3 compounds on the grid. Got ex-Senpei. Got Senpei Brian. Starting at the back of the grid. But nevertheless, it is lights out and away we go. Great start there from Dr. Vader. The Renaults off to a great start as well, but oh, look out for Dangerous Dodo. They're going to try and look for second place. They're going to try and go around the outside, but it isn't happening. The 2 Renault drivers maintain first and second. Yellow flags in sector 1 already, and we've got, oh, Dr. Vader dropping down the order, and that's one of the Williams as well. Big Abdullah didn't even make the start. Not only was he unable to qualify, he didn't even make the start. Marvin with a 5-second stop-go penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Must have made an overtake under the yellow flags. He'll need to give that place back. But oh my goodness me, that is a bad start for Vader. Renault's holding station, holding ground. 33 laps of this circuit. Again, like I say, this is a combination of drivers from Divisions 1 and 2. I only know the drivers that are in Division 2. I don't know a majority of the drivers that are from Division 1. Nevertheless, Chimera first. Mar 7 in second. Dangerous Dodo third. Hyde in 4th, Kevar in 5th, TTV 6th, Dopex 7th, Log 8th, Rifey in 9th, Vigo rounding up the top 10. Then you've got Twitchy Break, then Senpei Brian, Hunter, Krizko, Mr. Van den Elzen, Marvin, Rosro, Dr. Vader, Betflu. That is the order as we head into the second lap. After this lap, the DRS will be enabled. And, oh, and there we go, Dr. Vader getting a stop-go penalty as well for corner cutting and gaining a place illegally. Kimura just knocked 3 seconds off the fastest lap of the race. Dr. Vader starting to make their way up the field now. And while further back, while you've got the Renaults pulling away from Dangerous Dodo. Mile 7 finished second in the championship in Division 1. It's a real shame we've got one of the Ferraris way down the field. You wouldn't normally see that unless there was a major incident they were caught up in. And we've got Dangerous Dodo and Kev are already in the pits. That's very early to be on a new set of tyres. Mile 7 in the pit with a time penalty as well. Very early to be in Dangerous Dodo with a time penalty as well. This is very exciting stuff here. Also, it looks like Marvin had technical issues. Hopefully he managed to get those issues fixed. We're on to lap 4. DRS is now enabled. We've got Rossrow starting to make his way through the field. Oh, and that Crisco's gone wide. Rossrow takes full advantage. Hyde and TTV in the pits as well. Very early to be going for a pit stop. But of course, as the track starts to rubber in, going to make things very interesting. Oh, little twitch there from Twitchy, living up to his name, not intentionally, and Rossrow continuing to plough through the field. He is a man on a mission here. But Brian in the Force India and Dr. Vader, look at that. Look at the number of places they've made up off the start. Dr. Vader 7th, up 11 places, and Senpei, who started at the back, is up 12 places. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Not very often I'm left lost for words, but looks like this is one of those cases where that is happening. We've got Rifey in the pits well. Kimura with a penalty. Rossrow now up into 7th. Dopex with a time penalty as well. A lot of the guys that are on the Super Softs coming in. Vigo and Marvin are the only drivers yet to come in from their stop on the Super Softs. So we're on to lap 7 now. Kimura still leading from Mar 7. Vigo in the pits now. Is Marvin going to follow suit? Rossrow now up into 6th place. Hyde now in Hyde, who's in the top 10. Oh, TTV, as I say that, gets the new fastest lap of the race so far, but granted it's still early days in the race yet. Renault's still battling it out for the lead as we head into lap 8. Marvin still soldiering on with those super softs. And as I say that, he comes into the pits. Now everyone will be either an... Oh, Marvin gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Well, how's about that? That's just made things a little interesting. Yellow flags in sector 1. Betflew in the pits now on lap 7. Or lap 8 even. Onto the mediums. And these guys will be going for either a 1 or a 2 stop depending on the tyres you started on. Rossrow with a time penalty as well. And Crisco hunting down Dodo, which is interesting. To lap 10, we're about a third of the way through the race now. Twitchy break with a time penalty. And, ooh, Crisco there, oof, had a bit of a scare there, and that's it, he's out! Crisco's out of the race. That is really unfortunate there for him. He must have had some sort of technical issue heading into the pits. And as a result, he was a goner. And Mr. Oh my word. We've had another DNF as well, Mr. Van Den Elzen. Mr. Van Den Elzen also out of the race. And that's a real shame there. On to lap 11, officially a third of the way through the race now. And Mars 7 now leading. But Marvin in the Ferrari sets the fastest lap at 1:19.8. Dr. Vader with another time penalty. And this man, this man Senpei Brian, simply incredible work here. He's up into 6th. He started at the back of the grid because he missed qualifying. He's got Dangerous Dodo right behind him. Dangerous Dodo with another time penalty. They've got to be careful with these time penalties, otherwise they risk disqualification from the race. But Hunter, is it Mars 7 in the pits now? Hunter with a time penalty. Mars 7 in the pits now. After 12 laps on those soft tyres. Dr. Vader in the pits as well. Mars 7 onto the mediums. What's Dr. Vader going to go for? Senpei in the pits as well. 11 laps on the mediums. That's quite interesting. And Dr. Vader sticking with the softs. They'll need to make another stop for that mandatory tyre compound change. Because you've got to use at least 2 compounds. Otherwise, you risk disqualification from the race. Kimura now coming in for his stop on lap 13. Dopex in the pits as well now, which means Mars 7 is going to take the lead back in the race. To say things are getting very interesting here. how this is going to impact the rest of the race remains to be seen. Rosrow incredibly up into second place. Rosrow and Hunter, the only drivers yet to make a stop. Dodo with DRS. Dangerous Dodo hunting the pack down. We've got the Renaults back at the front, as they have done pretty much since the start. Dodo hunting down his teammate Rosrow. Out of the race as well now. We're at half distance now. Rosrow and Hunter still to make their stops. Rosrow still soldiering on those mediums. Gotta think it's only a matter of time before he has to make his stop. And Dangerous Dodo goes for the move. Wasn't for happening. Senpei overtaking Hunter into 11th place. Twitchy break with a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. And Dodo now into the lead. Senpei, 3-second penalty. And Dodo in the pits. Now, why would he be in the pits again? He's on to the mediums. He'll be going to the end of the race. It looks like it's a set of softs for TTV. And still, Rosrow and Hunter soldier on the tyres that they're on. Heading into lap 18 now. Let's update you on the order. Twitchy break has been lapped, and that was one of the Saubers. That was one of the Saubers. I think it was Viggo. It was Viggo. Log overtakes him, And Twitchy breaks out. Down to 15 now. Riffian Log into the pits now, and Vidjo's out of the race now. Oh my goodness me, everyone is dropping like flies now. This is... wow. And TTD in 12th now, battling Tide. One of the Red Bulls. Rossrow and Hunter still soldiering on, and oh! TTD almost got the overtake done. They've got DRS wide open. They're going to try and go the outside. Will they make the move stick? No, they won't. Hyde maintains position on the track. And TTD manages to get past. We're on to lap 19 now. 15 to go. Rossrow and Hunter still soldiering on those mediums. They are definitely going for a one-stop. Dr. Vader with a time penalty. He's up into 4th at the moment. Hunting Rossrow down. Trying to go for the overtake on the DRS zone, but he goes for the move anyway, and he makes it stick. I think that's a sign that Rossrow is going to need to come in. Rossrow is going to need to come in and change those tyres, because it's unlikely he's going to be able to keep them going for much longer. Kimura takes the lead, and Rossrow in the pits now. Hunter, 19 laps on these tyres. Rossrow going for the softs. He'll definitely be going to the end of the race on those, unless Hunter's feeling brave enough to go for the super softs. Manages to slow down perfectly. As a result, will minimise the amount of time he loses in the pit stop. But he too goes on to a set of softs. So having a look, Dr. Vader yet to use a second compound. Dr. Vader, the only driver yet to use a second compound. If he doesn't use a second compound, he risks disqualification from the race. But here's a battle for the last 2 points paying positions. TTV, Rossrow and Hyde all in the battle for 9th and 10th positions. This is going to be a great battle for the last points paying positions as we head to the closing stages of the race. We're almost at 2/3 race distance. Marvin with a 5-second penalty again for speeding in the pit lane. Really got to be careful with these penalties, otherwise accumulate too many and you risk disqualification from the race. Yellow flags in sector 2. And TTV's gone! TTV is gone. Rossrow and Hyde up into 8th and 9th. How's about that? I mean, you'd have to say, out of the 2 division champions, Dr. Vader showing why he is the Division 1 champion. Kavar in the pits after 17 laps on those medium tyres. He's now coming in. What tyres is he going to go for? He goes on to the softs. Lap 22 now, 2/3 race distance done. Hyde hunting Rossrow down for 7th place. You've got Marvin battling his teammate for the last points paying position. Hyde is closing in. But how long is it going to take before he manages to make the move? Marvin gets ahead of Kavar. Senpei in the pits now. Ross will go up to 6th. Hyde will go up into 7th. Senpei should be okay. Should be able to maintain 8th place. Unless Marvin... the TTVs managed to get ahead. Senpei almost out the points. They managed to keep that last points paying position. Kavar, with a time penalty, has to give the place back after that time penalty for the corner infringement. Lap 24 now, and the Renaults still leading the charge. We've lost Vidjo, Twitchy Break, Betflu, Crisco, and Mr. Van den Elzen. Those are the drivers that we've lost from the race. Dangerous Dodo with another time penalty. We need to wait and see what happens with these time penalties to see who wins the race. Dr. Vader in the pits now. Means Dopex now takes that last podium position for now. Dr. Vader on the super softs. So there we go. It was a 2-stop strategy he was on. Fingers crossed it pays off for him. We've got a handful of laps to go. Marvin into 8th now. Trying his best to defend from TTD. Dr. Vader, the only driver on super softs right now, unless someone decides to make another stop soon. Not much change at the moment, but we've got, as I say that, Hyde with another time penalty. It looks like everyone's had a time penalty at some point during the race. And as I say that, Rosro gets another one. Vader ahead of Dangerous Dodo now. Fastest lap of the race, 17.889. And it turns out that Dr. Vader now has the fastest lap ever around this track for the race. Daniel Ricciardo held it last year. So well done to TTD in the pits now. We're on lap 28 now. 5 laps to go after this. The Renaults have dominated this race weekend. Maybe I should have mentioned why we chose the Spanish Grand Prix, the Catalonia circuit in particular for this, was because earlier today we also had the actual Spanish Grand Prix take place. I won't spoil what happened as far as the result is concerned because I'm not that sort of person. I'm not the sort of person that does spoilers, so you're in safe hands with me. Is Dr. Vader gonna be able to hunt down Dopex and take that last podium position in time, or will he have to accept that he won't be on the podium today? We'll just need to wait and see what happens. It just so happens we've got Dr. Vader closing that gap on Dopex. Needs to close it at a rate of about 2 seconds a lap. Kevar with another time penalty. Dr. Vader just under 7 seconds behind Dopex now. Those super soft tyres are definitely going to be wearing out pretty soon. TTB gets ahead of Rifey. They've still got a fair bit to go to catch up with Kevar, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So it looks like unless Kevar has a huge mistake, he will take that last points paying position. Great battle for 12th place between Rifey and Hunter. 2 laps to go. With 2 laps to go, Key Mirror and Mars 7 on the verge of a Renault 1-2. The last time we had a Renault 1-2 was way back in the days of Fernando Alonso back in 2006. Key Mirror about 3 seconds ahead of Mars 7. Another time penalty there. And as it turns out, there wasn't actually a Renault 1-2 back in 2006. You would have to go all the way back to 2005 for that to have happened. But it's been a fantastic actually scratch that. We didn't even have a Renault 1-2 in 2005. I am very sadly mistaken. I apologise for the inaccuracy, folks. But nevertheless, key mirror. Who didn't win a championship. But you give him a fast car and you can guarantee he'll deliver the results. Key mirror wins the Spanish Grand Prix and his teammate Mars 7 takes second place. Dr. Vader isn't going to catch Dopex, which means Dopex in the Haas, who had a strong performance throughout Division 2. He will be in Division 2 next season, but he takes third place and the last place on the podium. Marvin starting to plough his way up through the field. Dr. Vader comes across the line. Finishes fourth. Dangerous Dodo. Rossrow, sixth. And this is all with time penalties taken into account. Hyde and ERL, and there we go. Senpei up into 8th. Marvin knocks down to 9th. 10th even. Kevar up to 9th. And TTV's got Reifi, Hunter. Also, Logs already finished because they were a lap down. Well, not the most eventful race, but one that definitely delivered a very interesting result. We've never had a Renault 1-2 before. And that all changed today. Congratulations to Kimura, the winner of the race. So Dopex was the best out of the Division 2 drivers today. So there we are, there are your race results. Kimura, Mars 7, Dopex, Dr. Vader, Dangerous Dodo, Rossrow, Hyde, Senpei Brian, Kevar, and Marvin all scoring points. Well, that is it for the European Racing League this season. Join us next season for F1 2019, which will be getting underway in just a few weeks' time. We're not sure what we're going to be doing as far as Formula 2 being incorporated into the league is concerned, but we'll find out soon enough. But nevertheless, it's good night from me, and thanks very much for watching.